Good afternoon, Westwood, and welcome to Loring Arena for the round of 4 Division II girls hockey matchup between your Westwood Wolverines taking on the Medfield Warriors, joined by Evan Cardamino, Alex Dorsky here. And folks, this is a matchup we've been talking about all year. So Westwood, Medfield, part of the TVL together. Both teams had 2 terrific games that we covered this season. 2 teams that are well balanced when it comes to skill, when it comes to senior leadership, and when it comes to goaltenders. And we're expecting nothing but a terrific game here at Loring. One of the most historic rinks you can see a hockey game in the state of Massachusetts. You got benches across from each other. You got fan sections on both sides. It's a large rink, which really brings out the skill set and the skating ability. So, what an exciting day for playoff hockey. Evan, Alex, how are you guys feeling? What are the vibes before puck drop tonight?
I'm feeling really great. I feel like Westwood and Medfield both have great offense, great defensive players, and I feel like we all have great goalies in goal. But the really key players to watch out for, obviously Kate Sullivan breaking the points record last game, and then obviously winning that game to advance to this and possibly to advance to play at TD Garden. I think it's a really good shot.
Yeah, Morgan, this is a storied rivalry. Westwood-Medfield. When we talk to the athletes across all the sports at Westwood High School on the Wolverine Report, and we ask them who's your rival, the first team they answer with is Medfield.
Yeah.
And what a storied season it's been for these two teams. First game of the year, Westwood hops out to an early 5-1 lead at the Canton Ice House at home. But Medfield manages to bring it back and tie it 5-5, ending the first game of the season in a 5-5 tie for the Wolverines and the Warriors. Fast forward to February 5th, 2025, you, me, and Tom Nappy, who's actually standing here with us today for the game and might hop on the mic in a little bit. We managed to see Westwood and Medfield keep neck and neck until that third period where Westwood got out to a 6-3 lead to win that game. And we said it a couple times that this was a team that we could see in the playoffs. And now here we are in the semifinals of the MIAA Division II Girls Hockey Playoffs, and we're facing our crosstown rival in Medfield. I'm excited for this game. It's going to be a good game.
Absolutely. You mentioned some of the key players. So in the last game in the round of 8, Kate Sullivan scored her 181st point, making her she has now the most points in Westwood girls hockey history. She beat my sister, Caroline Donahue, who has had that record since 2003. And I talked to my sister, the last couple of weeks mentioning, hey, Kate's getting closer. Caroline is so excited about it. What Kate has done has been so beneficial for the game of hockey, especially in Westwood. When you see, Evan, from the games we've gone to and covered, the youth hockey, the girls here that are watching their heroes, their future, the people that they want to emulate when they come through the halls of 200 Manhattan Street. And you see a player like Kate Sullivan, Ava Themistocles, Hayden Cox, the leadership that they bring. Amazing. And then one thing we didn't really talk about is the youth. Some of the terrific youth the Wolverines had. So in the second game the Wolverines played against Medfield, Jen Lynn was out for an extended period of time. And Naomi Sherman, 8th grader, came in and got the big win for the Wolverines. She helped be that figure in net, a very important position to continue Westwood's winning in big games. On top of that, Liz Levering, in my opinion, one of the most talented defenders in the state of Massachusetts. When I saw her play against Kelsey McPherson, and those are 2 of the top players, in my opinion, just in one single game. You had Kate Sullivan to that mix too, but Liz Levering, watch her out there. She brings that Bobby Orr aspect of being able to see the ice, take the ice, she takes it to the net. She scored 20 goals as a defenseman, an 8th grader, like unbelievable confidence and also ability for a kid that, like we said, hasn't even gone through the hallways of Westwood High School yet.
And you mentioned the 20 goals. 3 of those goals this season have come in the playoffs. In each game, we've seen a Liz Levering goal. Liz Levering is making a big playoff impact as an 8th grader, already in deep playoff action, round of 8 against a really good Auburn team that Tom and I saw, on Thursday night, and got that first goal, and that was big for Westwood to get out to that early goal lead. But yeah, Westwood has a lot of youth on this team. They're a young team. Medfield's a little bit of an older team, a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors, but they're also a young team as well. They have freshmen and 8th graders on the team, so the youth movement is big here, and I think the older athletes on this team are going to look to capitalize on that youth for both teams. There's an experience that comes with that youth. It's great that you have players young stepping up, but can you minimize the mistakes and limit the mistakes in this game when the lights are getting even brighter?
You mentioned it. Medfield, they got great senior leadership. They have the McDonald's on the team, and the McDonald's have Westwood ties. Their parents went to Westwood High School. Jenna McDonald's father was my coach at Westwood High School when we won a state championship. So there's a lot of factors coming into tonight's game that really make it an exciting game. And the buzzer is sounded to end warm-ups. Both teams having their pregame conversations at the net. We're going to send it down to ice level for the pregame introductions, festivities, and the national anthem before we kick off today's coverage. Welcome back, folks. We are about ready to get underway here. Good amount of Westwood fans here on the home section side of Loring Arena. Excited about their girls. They've had a great, you've seen a great attendance all season long for the girls. And, you know, they saw early on that there was something special about this team. It started on the podcast. And, you know, the way things ended last year, they lost in the second round to Canton. It was one of the best games of the season. You know, we talked to Bill Siebert, and he knew that Westwood was going to come back motivated, come back with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and they certainly have.
If there's one word I would use to describe this team, Morgan, it's hungry.
Yes.
That they've been hungry all season. We've seen it all year. This is a team that wants it. And, in the playoffs, it's a matter of who wants it the most that day. And I know Medfield wants to play spoiler just as much as Westwood wants to move on.
Absolutely.
Against your rivals. So these are two teams that are going to want it, and they're going to have a great match of hockey tonight.
Absolutely. So starting lineup, starting with the Medfield Warriors. Michaela McDonald, Elena Dolan, Maeve Kelly, Leah Carlson, Abigail Fish, and Cameron Paraki in net. Wolverines got the possession already in Medfield zone. Campbell putting it on net. Shot just goes wide right of Paraki. Wolverines getting their cycle going, something we've seen throughout the playoffs. They've done a great job of maintaining possessions by holding on to it and being smart with it. Presley coming away with it. She's trying to go outside. She hits the ice, but Ash going to jump right in on the play.
That's what we've seen all postseason, Morgan. The offensive pressure early on in the games for Westwood, that's what they've done good all season.
Puck gets by Levering. Medfield going the other way. Campbell doing a good job with the stick, able to knock that off the stick of the Medfield player as they were trying to jump on a 2-on-1 opportunity. Centering attempt, blocked to the outside. Picked up by Presley. She's looking up ice, trying to send it off the boards. It was two Medfield players, and gets it back herself. Able to get it into the neutral zone. Medfield's going to regroup. They'll look to work it up ice. They send it up far side and putting the puck in deep. Goes just left of Jen Lynn. Campbell, one-on-one battle. Puck on the half wall. Hughes able to chip it out. They're still battling on the neutral zone. Stretch pass on the far side. Just goes off the stick of Medfield player 19, Fiona Blee. Levering chips it up ahead. Gannon chasing after it. She's able to come across with it. She's got three Medfield players, but has a sight to the net. Shot saved by Paraki. That was the best look so far. A nice shot on net by freshman Erin Gannon. Now Medfield looking to push the pace the other way. Shot just goes wide of the net. Carolyn sent it up, finds Hughes. That goes off her stick. Gannon trying to clear it out. That was kept in by Brooke Riley, and both teams getting their change. So right off the bat, both teams moving the puck well. Shot from the outside, saved by Paraki. That was from Avery Hughes. And she has been a player that has picked her game up in the playoffs.
Not to mention, Paraki has been one of the best goaltenders in the TVL all season. We've seen her twice now, and she's had lights-out games both games.
Paraki, Coito, and Lynn have been by far the three best goalies. And, you add a shot blocked by Medfield. That was another huge shot. Throws it towards the net. A loose puck. Cox tries to get a stick on that, but that hit the Medfield player's skate and goes into the corner. Kept in by Chevry. Chevry sends it towards the net just wide. Hughes jumps on the loose puck. Wolverines changing out a couple forwards. Sullivan heading towards the net. Puck sent towards the middle, but no one there. Are they able to keep it in? No, it's going to be a delayed offside. So Medfield sent it up the left side of the ice on the stick of Bridget Kelly. Knocked away by Westwood. Some tight checking right off the bat. Both teams doing a good job taking away space, forcing players to the outside. A pass missing there. Is it going to be icing? It is. So that icing is going to bring the face-off back into Medfield territory. But both teams getting their feet going, getting the nerves, trying to shake them off. There's no question about it. Both teams are nervous. You are playing in the Final Four game. Winner goes on to the Garden. The nerves are on the line. And, just a couple shifts, that's typically what you want to get the heart racing and get right into the game. Sullivan, clean win on the draw. Kept in by Levering. Loose puck. Takes a Medfield bounce, but stays in the zone. Presley jumps on it. Presley able to keep it in. Sullivan going to walk away with it. Looking towards the net, sends it on net, and Paraki gets the pad on it and gets the whistle. Sullivan, great awareness to jump in on that loose puck, create some pressure. What a great job by Presley to keep that puck in the zone. I mean, she closes windows tremendously. Her speed is such a difference maker when it comes to the Wolverines and their forecheck. It's going to bring out the Hicks line. Stalemate on the face-off. We've got a puck battle in the near side corner. Sent towards the net. Goes up in the air and then gloved by Paraki. That was a pass to Livy Hicks in front of the net. And a good look. The Wolverines' second line. What you'll see, folks, is Wolverines' tremendous depth. They'll roll 3 lines. And the third period all year has been their period because they will continue to do 3 on offense, 3 on D. They trust every single one of them. Hicks on the draw, comes away with it, sends it towards the net. That goes wide left. Gannon trying to center it. Hicks sends it towards the net, and Paraki gets the glove on it.
So, Alex, I want to ask you, because for those of you, this is your first time commentating. You're also a Westwood high school athlete. You're on the track team. So this is a big game for Westwood. What are some of the things that you think these athletes are doing to kind of calm those nerves? What's something that you do, and what's something that you think some of the seniors that you do know on this team are doing to kind of get their head in the right mind space?
Obviously, it's game preparation, staying in the mental state that you are in and always are in during these games, and trying to stay out of any head games that the other team tries to get towards you.
Westwood jumps on a loose puck. Sullivan going towards the net, finds Ash. Ash just whiffed on it, but great D there by Medfield, able to jump on that loose puck to clear it out. That was a great look by the Wolverines. Sullivan looking for Ash in front of the net.
Morgan, that was something Auburn did really well in the round of 8 against Westwood. They managed to take that middle away from Westwood and keep that zone locked down and prevent those passes that you see.
That has been one of, when Westwood plays Medfield, that's typically been open, has been the pass from behind the net in front of the net. And I think Leominster did a good job of that too. They took away that middle of the ice. The key to that, Evan, is the center. You need the center to help out and have the awareness of, all right, this D has that player, this is my player. And that's how they take it away. You don't see too many of the D trying to sneak down in those situations, so that's covered pretty well. But you're right. That in the games we've called, we've seen that front of the area open for some, pass shots. Chevry, the freshman, working it into Medfield zone, goes round on the backhand, throws it towards the net, loose, turned away by Paraki.
That was a great.
We got a whistle. It looks like net is off. Sorry, Alex.
That was a great build-up to that play right there. She was weaving inside and out of the side of players. Almost gets that shot off, but great save by the goalie.
And that's Kira Chevry. She's a freshman, folks. I interviewed her after the Leominster game, and I said, how much did playing in the playoffs last year as an 8th grade give you the confidence? She said it was huge. Last year she was nervous. This year, having that experience the previous year, she feels like a sophomore out there, a junior with the experience of playing. Medfield, chip and chase. Sending it in deep. Hughes trying to close the window. Pass in front of the net. That was good defense there by, it looks like Chevry, able to tie up the Medfield player. Puck on the far side. They're going to work it up top. Working it towards the net. Goes wide into the corner. Puck kept in by Medfield, and Westwood chips it out, and they're going to get a change. Out comes the Sullivan line. Yep, exactly. Sullivan line out there. Sullivan, nice stick lift. She's going to bring it back. This is where she gets her speed. She's going around the inside. Works it in the middle. Gets a good look on the backhand. Works it off the backhand, and a glove save by Paraki.
It's going to be tough to stay on Kate Sullivan this game.
Well, Morgan, before the game when we were talking about, you mentioned that when you have the benches across the ice, you have that fast break opportunity, and Kate Sullivan does a great job of taking the puck from the Medfield player and making her own fast break opportunity out of it.
It's a bigger ice surface, so your skill players are going to have that much more of an advantage. It's going to feel like you're playing 4-on-4 on this type of ice when you have it this big. Other thing, too, when you have the benches across from each other, shot by Levering just goes wide. You'll see late changes to try and catch players behind the D. So something to keep an eye out. We've seen it when we used to play games here at Loring. Medfield working their entry. Shot turned away by Jen Lynn. Nice blocker save. And right on the stick of Kate Sullivan. She's going 1-on-2. Looking for a screen. Makes a nice move inside. Backhand save by Paraki. She had Presley crashing the net. Medfield's going to ice it down. Looks like it's going to be a close call, and it is icing. Sometimes they'll, if it's close, they'll waive it. And they usually will do it early, but, icing called there.
You know, Morgan, too, something we've seen in the playoffs, I noticed in the Auburn game, and even the Leominster game, Kate Sullivan has that fast break opportunity where she fakes out a couple players, too, going to the net. She's had that shot 4 or 5 times. It hasn't fallen for her in the past couple games.
And she's setting up right now, though, too. When she makes those moves, she's going to have Ash or Presley wide open for a tip-in. So wait till you see the next time she does it and, you know, the pass she'll make on that. The other thing, too, is she's done those moves on the backhand. Her best move is when she does the forehand toe drag. So when she's coming around that left side, that's going to be certainly a move she has been doing all year. That's going to be a delayed offside. Westwood has some time to clear it out. Carolyn sends it over to Gannon. Gannon, that pass is picked off. Back into the Westwood zone. Themistocles sends it back behind the net to Carolyn. Carolyn finds Lewis. Lewis with a nice, smart play as the D was crashing to just chip it out of the zone. Wolverine's going to change out the forwards. Ash right back on the ice. Medfield working it on the entry. Shot. Save by Lynn.
Great save.
That was a great shot by Medfield. You know, when you put them low and you get those rebounds, that's how you get some goals. Crashing the net on a low shot that creates rebounds. Chevry looking up ice. Ash chips it into the neutral zone. Kate Sullivan on the ice. She was almost able to steal that from a couple different Medfield players. Puck on Ash's stick. She's going to send it right off the boards. Loose puck in the neutral zone area. Both teams battling for it. Ash has a stick on it, but knocked away by Medfield. Worked up on the far side. Connolly brings it into Medfield zone. Shot blockered by Piraki. Chevry crashing down. Smart play, able to jump on that. And Sullivan comes across with it up top. Keeps it in the zone. Throws it towards the net. That goes wide. Kept in by Presley. This is where Presley's so dangerous. On those corners. Medfield's coming away with it. 2-on-2. Nice move. But Levering jumps on that loose puck after the move. Presley able to squeeze the D. She comes away with 2-on-1. She's got Cox to her right. Pass to Cox, just misses. Good look for the Wolverines there. On a tremendous forecheck by Presley. Loose puck. Cox battling for it. Puck sent up top. Campbell makes a nice move. Goes wide right. Sends it towards the net. Goes wide. Levering going to jump on it. She settles the puck. Sends it in deep. Wolverines changing out the forwards. Hughes coming on. Levering, so dangerous. Working it in. This is where Westwood getting their skating going. Forcing things like this and icing. And it was on net, so no icing there. Campbell looking up ice. She's going to take it herself on the red. And then just sends it into the Medfield zone.
Got
Marino.
some changes going on down here.
Absolutely. Changing out the D. Marino line out there on offense. Got Hughes. Avery Hughes settling it. She's going to get her feet moving. Keep an eye on her. She does a good job of bringing it to the center of the ice and getting good looks. She's looking to do it there. Chevry keeps it in. Kicks it to herself. Presley coming away with it. Sends it to Ash. Ash looking to take it towards the net. Shot. Saved by Piraki and a whistle.
Westwood's getting great pressure early, and that's something, you know, we saw them struggle a little bit with in the Auburn game. Not getting as much pressure, spending more time down in their defensive zone than, you know, Auburn's. And Westwood's come out and has focused on that clearly in practice, and it's helping as we're spending most of the time in the Medfield goal right now.
Yep, and the Westwood, you know, doing some short shifts to allow for, you know, going right back to the Sullivan line. Sullivan line out there. Ash and Presley on the wings. Levering and Campbell, the defensive pairing. So, Alex, so far, how do you like the pace?
Oh, this
playoff
is
hockey.
I love it. I love it. I love the movement, the fluency, that how quickly everything's going. It's amazing.
Levering, she's got a good shot. That gets deflected wide. Medfield able to get a clean breakout on the far side, sending it in deep. And that's an icing, so that was just on the other side of the red line and gets the icing call. You're going to bring the face-off back. They're going to keep the Sullivan line back out there. We got 4 minutes, 31 seconds left here in the first. We're scoreless. Sullivan line in the same D with Levering and Campbell. Stalemate on the draw. Medfield comes away with it. Try and work it up the far side boards. And work it back down. Presley gets a stick on it. Sullivan chips it up to Presley, but that was knocked loose. Sullivan finds Presley. Presley tips it to herself. They do such a good job of holding on for better opportunities. Puck works back to Campbell. She's trying to send it down low. It gets deflected by a Medfield player, stays up top. Sullivan flipped it on net. Then knocked out by Medfield. Puck in the neutral zone. Campbell goes D to D with Levering. Levering gonna get the moves going. Always dangerous. She gets the shot off. Oh, just wide left. Sullivan with a centering attempt. Looking for Gannon there. But that went wide. Now Medfield throwing it on net. Lynn turns it away, and she's going to put the glove on that. And we're going to have a face-off with 3 minutes, 34 seconds remaining here in the first. Exciting game so far. Wolverines getting a lot of good looks here offensively. Jen Lynn being Jen Lynn, solid in net, making the saves and helping out with the breakout too. Very vocal out there. Shot from the point gets blocked. Connolly backhands it over to Chevry. Chevry looking up ice, sends it up to Gannon. Gannon sends it out, and Hicks has it. Hicks centering it. That gets knocked loose. And then goes off the skate of Gannon, but picked up by Medfield. Medfield going to work it back to work it forward. Bringing it into the Westwood zone is number 14, Cucciara. Puck works up top, shot deflected by Westwood. Chipped ahead by Hicks. Hicks looking to work outside. That puck was knocked loose. Great defensive play there by Parker Caffin. Able to knock that off of Hicks's stick, but Westwood go to battle in the corner. Hicks battling for a 50-50 puck. She's got Hughes helping. Medfield able to come away with it. Alexis Gwindon. And working up the middle. Nice stick lift by Connolly. A terrific defensive play by the junior defense. Chevry works it off her stick, sends it up ice to Hughes. Hughes, the nice move to create some space. And she's getting her feet moving. Crosses the red. Going to work it into Medfield territory. Looks to make the toe drag. That was knocked loose, but sent in deep. Marino on it. Marino, if you remember, she played goalie for a game this year. Got a shutout versus Norwood. Amazing game. Hughes down low. Looking for the front of the net. No one there. Picked up by Medfield. And then Westwood, tremendous job just closing down that space. Liz Levering. And now she's got it with some space. Makes a move. Knocked away by Medfield. That was McDonald. Right back on the forecheck go the Wolverines. 1:30 remaining here in the first. Sullivan line starting to get back on the ice. We see Ash out there. Coming off is Marino. Centering attempts there, no one there. Sullivan on the ice. And she's got the puck. Watch out, folks.
Here we go.
Presley chips it up to Sullivan. Sullivan with some space, walking in. Shot! Blocked! And also saved by Piraki. Puck down low. Trying to get the breakout going. They do get it out. Goes out to Themistocles. She sends it off the near side boards. Loose puck picked off by Maggie Ash. Cross ice pass to Presley. Presley putting the Jets on. Walking it in. Going outside. He's got Sullivan in front of the net, but sends it over to Ash. Ash to Sullivan. Deflected wide. But back on the stick of Presley. 37 seconds remaining here in the first. Puck up top to Connolly. Connolly over to Levering. Levering with the shot goes high. Presley jumps on it, sends it behind the net to Sullivan. Sullivan with a backhander. That gets knocked away. A shot by Levering goes wide. Inside 20 seconds left here in the first. The Wolverines buzzing right now. Looking to capitalize on some of these looks, and coming away with it is Medfield. Medfield chips it in. Connolly sends out the backhand off the near side boards over to Ash. Ash Sends it off the backhand, kept in by Medfield. And that is going to do it here in a very exciting first period. Westwood 0, Medfield 0. In the first period here in the round of 4, final 4.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. A very exciting first period between these two rival TVL teams. And right off the bat, the skating was going. I saw, things that I noticed is that Westwood's bench, they were going back and forth with the Sullivan line, which I love to see. It's deep in the playoffs, double down. Sullivan's seeing the ice well. She's jumping on loose pucks. She's creating space, and they've had a lot of great looks. Now it's just about burying it, getting harder, more quality shots on net, getting some of those rebounds as well.
Westwood's getting great pressure. I mean, that's something that we've seen them struggle a little bit here early on in the playoffs, and they're starting to get that pressure here, and that's big for Westwood. They're getting those looks. They're getting the looks that they want, and like you mentioned, as soon as they can bury one, that swings the momentum back in your favor. That also helps Westwood with the, calming the nerves a bit. Whoever gets the first goal in this game, that's going to calm them down a lot. I'm sure they're just as tense as we are up in the booth. But for Westwood, it's about continuing getting that pressure, continue staying on the pucks, and then for Medfield, you got to start to get pressure. You got to start to get pucks down deep on Westwood. They've had a couple great opportunities, but we haven't really seen much of ice time there. So that's what I look to see in both teams. Alex, what'd you like?
So from Westwood, whenever Kate Sullivan comes on, you see a little bit more energy. You see a little bit more speed. Obviously, Medfield having a little bit of a tough time, but obviously they have a great goalkeeper in goal. But I feel like Kate Sullivan, if she gets that opportunity, she can make that goal happen and get a good lead over Medfield. Medfield, obviously, having great opportunities as well. Little history here. Medfield is 0-1-1 against Westwood, losing 3-6 in their second meeting, and then tying their first meeting, which is very important here. As you can see, Medfield has gotten a lot better, keeping it down 0-0 at the first quarter.
Yeah, the records at this point in the playoffs, they don't matter. Teams are different during the playoffs. Players are different. There's players that elevate their games come playoff times. If you remember watching the Bruins in the Stanley Cup run, Michael Ryder, like what that guy did during the Stanley Cup Finals, what Timmy Thomas did during the Stanley Cup Finals, people just elevate their games because they just love when the lights are brightest, when everything's on the line. They're gamblers. And, Westwood is certainly, they love that mentality. They want this rink to erupt after a goal. They want to take advantage of the den here, the family here, people who have been cheering them on, rooting them on their whole lives. I see a lot of youth hockey players here. That just shows what an amazing example these girls have set for the future Westwood future Westwood High girls hockey players. But what an exciting first period. I think adjustments-wise, start getting those pucks through, right? When I say pucks through, some of them were deflected, right? You want to get them through to the goalie. Westwood is getting some looks where there's open ice. A couple times, too. Kate comes on the ice, and the defenders are sitting on the goalie's lap. Like, that's a screen you can use, too. So getting those pucks through, really force some difficult saves. You got to crash the net for those second, third opportunities. When Westwood, was successful versus Medfield, they were jumping on those second, third opportunities. And it was, relentless, action towards the net. But I say, keep at it. The D, pull out when when there's nothing there, pull out. And I think they did a good job there. I also think they did a good job of getting those pucks towards the net. Liz Levering, when she sees ice, keep doing it. Keep taking it, because that shot, you're going to see it when it gets through. It's one of the hardest shots, and she had a couple goals versus Medfield where it was impressive. And those are the type of shots that are going to get by Piraki. She's that good of a goaltender, one of the best we've seen all year. But yeah, excited see what the second period brings after a very exciting first period. Scoreless here at Lauren Arena. Stick around, folks. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of your Final Four between Westwood and Medfield.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. Both teams back on the ice after a scoreless first period. An exciting first period of some great Westwood opportunities. Medfield had some opportunities as well. Some solid D by both. Goaltenders both sharp early on here. Kate Sullivan on the ice. She's fired up, folks. Evan texted me going into the third period of the Auburn game and asked about my thoughts on kind of the tie game going to the third. And I go, Kate Sullivan, when you got Kate Sullivan, she ain't going down swinging, and without swinging. And she is going to give every single thing she's got to make sure that puck gets in the net and that Westwood comes out on top. And she did. She had a big assist on a Maggie Ash goal, and Westwood did a terrific job closing it out as well. That's a big thing you need to do in these playoff games, is not just take leads, but close out games. And they're going to go right back with the Sullivan line. Wolverines going right to left across the screen. Something to think about, since the benches are across each other. There really is no long change, which is an advantage for, really both teams.
We mentioned that in the Auburn game too. John A. Ryan had the same similar layout of, you don't really have that long change advantage, but what Westwood does have is the last change advantage, being the number one seed, and that's going to be big for them. They can figure out the matchup and know the matchup they want to take.
Saved by Lynn on a shot from the outside, picked up by Sullivan. Sullivan with some speed, makes a nice move, but Medfield able to get enough of a piece of it, and they're going to say offside. That was a great save by Lynn right off the bat. First 30 seconds here in the second period, turned that away. There was a crashing Medfield player going in for the rebound and able to just move that enough to the side to keep it out of the stick reach of the Medfield player. Sullivan on the draw. One back by Medfield. Medfield going to send it up to number 7, Brooke Riley. Keep an eye on her. She's one of their top players. Got a terrific shot. Puck battle down low. Sullivan gets it off the stick of Riley. Sullivan with some space. She's getting her feet moving.
Come on.
Working it through the neutral zone. Sends it off the backhand. And comes away with it. Sends it towards the net. Ash able to get a tip and saved by Piraki. Pass up ahead to Medfield. On the stick of 18, Ann Filippo. But she's got Ash with a terrific back check. Part of winning hockey, folks, is great back checking by your forwards. Maggie Ash there to help out the effort. And now Gannon doing the same. Puck on the far side, sending it across crease area into the near side boards. A couple Westwood players in there on the battle. Hughes comes away with it. Bridget Hughes, the 8th grader. She's had a couple big playoff goals. She scored a big goal in the Walpole game with 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Remarkable what these 8th graders are doing in some big games. Hicks on the entry, looking to shoot. That gets knocked off her stick and turned away by Piraki. Medfield doing a really good job of getting sticks on sticks. They're helping the goaltender's effort out by making sure the pucks that do come through have lost a little steam because of some good sticks. Hughes catches it and turns, going the other way, sends it in deep. Played in the back by Alexis Gwindon. She sends it over to her defensive partner, and they chip it up the boards. Ends up on the stick of Abigail Fish, but not with Hayden Cox there playing some good defense in the neutral zone. Cox helping clear it, push the puck in the neutral zone area for Medfield to regroup. Medfield sent it into the middle. Nice back check there by Chevry. Connolly to Chevry. Chevry sends it up to Cox, who just sends it into the neutral zone. And Medfield comes away with it. Medfield sending it right back in. Connolly chasing after it. Sends it over to Chevry. Chevry back to Connolly. Really good D-to-D decisions by the Westwood D. Shot towards the net, blocked by Hughes. And then sent over to the far side boards. Cox tried to send it out, blocked by Medfield. Medfield able to just send it right back in. Medfield getting their forecheck going. Hughes on the near side, blocked by Medfield. Medfield on the edge, and a shot just wide. That was off the stick of Leah Carlson. And a delayed offside. Westwood has some time here. Move it up. A far side pass finds Ash in stride. Ash working it in. Shot. Oh, deflected and goes just wide right. That took a Westwood bounce, and then a shot from the outside. Sullivan just misses right. And then Ash again, back-to-back saves. Ash with the backhand goes wide left. And then pass from Presley to Ash, gets knocked off the stick, and then on Medfield's stick.
That's a great effort from the Medfield goalkeeper.
She's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Peraki, a heck of a goaltender. And Medfield with the puck behind Westwood's net. Centering attempt, knocked away by Levering. Another attempt, ends up on the stick of Ash. Ash going to send it down. It's not going to be an icing because it hit a Medfield player, and Presley going to get her forecheck on. And battle in the middle of the ice. Oh, some good defense or forecheck to try and knock that loose. Levering up to Presley. Sullivan with some space. Shot. Oh, what a glove save. Haraki with the glove save on Sullivan. A terrific shot on the entry. And that was probably the best shot we've seen come through. A lot of the shots have had tips on it or deflections. That was just a clean shot, clean save.
Those are those one-on-one opportunities between Sullivan and the goaltender that we've seen a few times this playoffs, and that's where she's getting. And, you know, as she goes and makes those shots, what's going to happen is Medfield's going to put players on her, and it's going to open up Ash and Presley on the other side.
Puck behind the net. Hughes. She hits the ice. No call. Wolverines send it up on the near side. Medfield able to chip it out. Carolyn. Is a nice escape move. He's going to work it back. Send it across to Themistocles. Beautiful defensive play to find a better option. A little rugby scrum on the far side boards just in front of Medfield's bench. 2-on-2. Puck gets loose and Medfield comes away with it. McDonald. That's going to be an icing. If it makes it to the goal line, it does. So an icing called on Medfield is going to bring the face-off with the Sullivan line coming out just to the left of Peraki.
I think Sullivan's going to be pretty hard to cover here. Medfield's had some big mistakes, and they've really gotten lucky on some of these.
And someone else you need to watch out for on this is Liz Levering. She has a great long-range shot as well.
Puck gets loose, squirts by Presley. Medfield comes away with it. Far side pass. It's knocked off the stick by Levering. It then works its way back in. Puck on the near side. Ash battling. She's trying to send it up, but just gets ahead of Sullivan. Levering then chips it to herself. She's got some space in front of her. Levering working it outside. Oh, great play by the Medfield defender to knock that off her stick. Alexis Gwindon, and they're going to ice it. Something to keep an eye on too, folks. You can never underestimate a face-off in the offensive zone. If you get a nice clean win, send it back to the point, and you can throw some players on net, that's a great offensive look. So the Wolverines have done that. a number of different times. Kate Sullivan, terrific on the faceoff. She can win it on the backhand, on the forehand. And like you said, Evan, you got Liz Levering above her right shoulder, and a win right back to Liz Levering. Levering going to send it towards Presley's way, gets by. Goes down low to, and on the stick of Sullivan. Sullivan front, Presley, but the puck goes just over the net. That was a good look there. Had Presley, Ash, Sullivan closing in on the net. Presley sent it towards the net, got deflected just over. Sullivan works it in. He's trying to get the stick lift, but Medfield did a good job of holding on to that puck. Chevry going to walk it in. She's got some space. She can shoot it if she has a look. Works it around the net. Smart play to keep the possession, allow Wolverines to find some cracks in the defense. Hughes working it inside. Puck gets knocked loose. Does a good job holding, works it inside. That one knocked loose. Shot from the outside by Connolly, just missed wide right. Hughes jumps on it. Centering attempt picked off by Medfield. So some good forecheck, and then Hughes comes away with it. And we'll try to work it across, knocked off her stick and away by Medfield. Right back ahead goes Westwood. And the puck was caught in the official's skate. It was a good bounce for Westwood. Hughes, nice move. Beats the first, hits the ice, but Marino's going to jump on the loose puck. Sends it towards the net. That's deflected. Ends up back on her stick. And Hughes going to battle for it. This line right here has been the best line when it comes to cycling the puck. And it just helps wear down teams. You love to see that old school mentality as your depth lines to, while your Kate Sullivan line is resting, you got this line just grinding away in the offensive zone.
And, that's big for Westwood, too, because we've seen all season they're a second and third period team. They tend to, pick it up. I'll go back to that last Medfield game they played on February 5th. Their last 3 goals to put them up 6-3 came in the third period.
Yep. Sullivan line out there. Trying to send it off the glass. It was gloved by Sullivan. She sends it in the middle of the ice to Ash. Ash trying to pass it to herself. That puck gets knocked away. Sullivan takes away space in the middle of the ice to force a pass outside. And Medfield has the puck, but knocked off. Sullivan's got her feet moving. Got 1 versus 3. She's got Presley trailing. Presley trying to jump on that puck. Campbell able to get a stick on that. Terrific play by the defender. As it looked like Medfield had an angle, she able to get a stick on it. Sent in and gloved
Great
by
save.
Lynn. And that's going to get a face-off.
That's big for Westwood there. Not only the save by Lynn, but that play by Fallon Campbell actually helped the other defenders get back in position to help Jen Lynn out.
Absolutely. I mean, it's important, too. Goaltender continue to stay sharp. A lot of the opportunities have been down in Medfield zone, but, Jen Lynn still sharp, staying on top of pucks that are coming towards her way. Face-off won by Hicks. So valuable on the draws. They send it up to Gannon. Gannon sends it over to Lewis. Lewis works it in. She's trying to chip it by the Medfield defender, but she's got Hicks trailing who helps keep it in. They send it behind the net. Gannon gets a stick on it. And they're going to work the puck down low. Lewis holding on it. Holding. And they get the cycle going to Gannon. Gannon battling down low. Lewis picks it up. Looking across for the middle, that gets deflected back in the corner. And then a loose puck goes behind the net. Gannon jumps on top of it, looking for a centering attempt. Puck was whacked towards the net. I don't know if it hit the goaltender, but it's going the other way. Westwood D in the back checking, terrific, just taking away the space. Picked up by Medfield. Going to send it up top to number 20 on defense. Parker. 2-on-2 battle down low. What a game we have so far, folks. Both teams, tremendous compete. And putting together, what a battle. This is what playoff hockey is all about. Typically, it's tight checking. It's good goaltending. It's a lot of quick shifts. And you're seeing Wolverines changing out their forwards. Sullivan line coming out there. Carolyn collects the puck behind the net. Tries to settle it. It was on its edge. But Medfield with a look. Shot saved by Lynn.
That's
the biggest save she's had of the game so far. Medfield with another turnover. Sent it towards the net. That goes off Lynn's glove. Ends up near side. Medfield. Some momentum. Centering attempt. Shot. Save. Another save by Jen Lynn. 2 in a row in the last 30 seconds. Which has created some momentum for the Wolverines. Sullivan going the other way. Oh, tried to work it inside. Knocked loose. Ash jumps on the puck. She waited, had Sullivan coming back out of the zone so she could stay onside. Presley knocks the puck, just missed Sullivan. Presley has it. Going to work outside, using her speed to go around the net. She's got the point open to Campbell. Campbell back down to Presley. It's a long shift for the Wolverines. They're going to look to change it out here, get some fresh legs. And puck sent by Levering. Campbell comes back. Wolverines going to change out some forwards. Got Hughes out there. Settled by Campbell. Levering working up ice. She's getting her feet moving. Makes a nice move. Hughes collects the loose puck. Puck ends up back on Cox's stick. And the puck ensues down low. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining here in the second period. An exciting second period. Both teams chasing after a puck, and we get an icing call. It's going to bring the face-off back into Medfield territory. What a period, what a game so far. Jen Lynn, 2 huge saves in about 30 seconds, point-blank opportunities where Medfield was able to find those centering passes. Player walked right in. Hughes answered the bell. Lynn answered the bell. Jen Lynn, unbelievable. Marino on the draw, wins it over to Cox. That puck gets knocked loose. Medfield going to send it off the boards, hits the official. Shot from the point, gets blocked wide. Marino centering attempt gets deflected. Carolyn trying to move that puck towards the net. Cox has it. Cox with the shot and covered by Paraki. And right back to the Sullivan line. The last 2 minutes here in the second period. As we mentioned earlier, Sullivan great on the draw. If the Wolverines can get a quick win here on the draw, you also got Levering who can get a nice shot from the point. Sullivan, clean win. Levering working inside. That shot gets blocked. That was blocked by Brooke Riley. She's been a huge player for Medfield all year. She's a terrific goal scorer for them. We've seen many goals off her stick this season. An attempt to send it to the far side point. Great anticipation there by Presley, was able to get a stick on that. A little fungo shot. Hits the skate of Campbell. Oh, Westwood was looking for Ash on that breakout pass, and that's going to be an icing on Westwood. And bring the face-off back into Westwood territory with 1:41 remaining here in the second. They're going to keep the Sullivan line out there, but the icing at least allows for a few seconds to catch your wind. Sullivan gets the win. Levering got one player on her, then she pulls out, and Levering sends it over to Ash. Ash sends it off the boards, is looking for Sullivan. We're going to get another icing here. So back-to-back icings for the Wolverines. And they're going to bring the face-off to the other dot now, just to the right of Jen Lynn. Sullivan going to take it again. That 1-1 back. Fallon, Campbell comes away with it. Puck behind Lynn, comes out front, but Sullivan able to jump on it. Sullivan with her feet moving. Goes to the outside. She's cutting it inside. Shot gets deflected. Another deflected shot by Medfield. They've been terrific getting in front of pucks, helping out Piraki. And we got a puck battle here in front of the Westwood bench. We got a minute remaining here in the second and a whistle. So under a minute left here in the second period. Sullivan line with good shift there. We're going to get the Marino line out here with Chevry and Connolly on defense. Going to do the face-off at center ice. Directly after this game is the boys Medfield game, I believe, which that will be a terrific matchup. We saw them play Westwood boys this year, and in my opinion, it's the best Medfield team I've seen in the last few years. They got a brand new coach too. Puck in the near side boards. Hughes chasing after it. Able to jump on it, but she hits the ice. Marino was helping, and Cox able to keep it in the zone. Hughes, just missed sending it up to Cox. That got away. Westwood battling for it to keep it in. Chevry gets in front of it. And puck battle up top, just inside the blue line. 22 seconds and counting. And just gets out of the offensive zone. Ends up in the neutral zone. Hughes battling, and it's going to be an offside. So an offside call. You got 12 seconds remaining here in the second. Wolverine's going to go out with the Sullivan line to complete the second period here. Medfield going out with their top line. Presley advances the puck, but Medfield able to move it into Westwood territory. Puck behind the net as time is ticking and expires, and a scoreless second period after a scoreless first. And what an entertaining game we have here, folks. My goodness. This is what playoff hockey is all about. And, we are seeing the best of what playoff hockey is all about is teams competing, giving everything they got out there, and, putting up a great battle. So after 2 periods of hockey, Medfield 0, Westwood 0, we're going to step aside, folks, take a quick break, and we'll be back for a quick intermission conversation and then the start of the third period.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. What a second period. Jen Lynn, big saves there. Keep Westwood in it. Those are point-blank opportunities, too. I mean, if we're looking at the opportunities Westwood's had and Medfield's had, those were more dangerous. Those were point-blank. Jen Lynn, answering the bell on those saves, and those were momentum-shifting saves, too. When you make a big save, I mentioned the other day, when John Quinn made that save in overtime, that was huge for Westwood, and it was a little bit deflating for King Philip. And it just allows your team to just have one more opportunity to put one in. And, it was that kind of feeling after those saves.
Yeah, I mean, Jen Lynn has stepped up big throughout the entire playoffs. 2 shutouts in the round of 16 and round of 32. And, has had a couple big games. And she makes 3 or 4 big saves every game.
Yeah.
Regular season, postseason, doesn't matter. That swings the momentum from the other team back to Westwood.
Yeah.
Medfield started to find their groove offensively and started getting pucks deep and pucks in the net. And you saw a little more pressure, but Jen Lynn unfazed so far through 2 periods. I'm going to give a mantra that I've mentioned before in the playoffs and my father left me with, which was, every week in the playoffs, you want to go 1-0. He used to say that when the Patriots were in the playoffs. Yep. You just want to go 1-0. And in the MIAA hockey playoffs, you just want to go 1-0. You have 15 minutes now. Westwood's got to get more pucks on the net. They've been doing a great job of it so far in this game, but keep that pressure on, minimize the pressure on Jen Lin and your defense. And overall, if you can get more pressure, I think it's going to work out well for Westwood. They're getting great looks. They're getting second, third rebounds. Eventually, one of those pucks for either team is going to have to go in.
I'll make it even simpler than that, Evan. Win the period. You win the period, you win the game. You don't have to think about anything other than that. Win the period. Starts with good shifts. Be responsible. You can't make mistakes. Mistakes can change your season. It can knock you out of the playoff. One mistake can do that. So keep the pucks away from the center of the ice if you're Westwood. Get in front. Do what Medfield's doing on defense as well. They've done a good job of blocking shots, deflecting shots. But I think Westwood, throw those pucks low. Don't give Paraki a chance to get that glove on it. That one of the best saves she had of the game was gloving down that Kate Sullivan rush on the entry and the hard wrist shot. But get those low, force her to make a pad save, crash the net. And Westwood has had their success. They've also had success by finding those open players in front of the net. But to be able to do that effectively, you got to be able to move the puck effectively behind the net, where you're going to create some either a D or a center to think that you're a threat to have to come after you. They come after you, two people come after you, leave someone open in front of the net. You got to do that effectively. So move the puck effectively behind the net where you create some openings. Also timing too, where don't be stationary. Work your way to those open areas of the ice where you catch them not looking back at you for a second, and you find an open area where they send it to you and you bury it. That can make the difference. And what we used to say when I was coaching with Dan Ferrari, who's here on the set, is you have for seniors, they're going to have the lifetime to recover after this game. The last thing you want is regret. So they're going to give everything they got. Kate Sullivan, one of the best leaders to ever come through Westwood High School, is definitely delivering that message before they hit that ice. And, she is a two-time state champion in lacrosse. You'd think with how good she is at hockey that she'd be going to college for hockey. No, she's going to college for lacrosse, Connecticut College. The coach did say, if she wants to play hockey, by all means, it's up. So it might be decided at some point, but a terrific leader, someone who knows what it's like to play in those big games, even though it's a different sport. It's the same type of feelings you have inside of you, the nerves. How do you settle it? How do you calm it? And that's what it's going to come down to. When you texted me last week, I mentioned Kate Sullivan, and I mentioned this is where you become part of Westwood lore. You score a big goal to send Westwood to the Boston Garden, which anything more exciting than that. You win this game, you go to the Garden. But to be that person that sends Westwood to the Garden, you're never going to pay for another lunch in the town of Westwood again. You are going to be revered. You'll be on our podcast, and we're going to talk about it for years. 20 years from now, we'll talk about it. And we want to see another team come on the state championship podcast for the Westwood Media Center. We had the girls cross-country team earlier this year, and we'd love to see another team. But, hey, big period ahead. They got to keep doing what they're doing. Now it's just you got to put it in the back of the net. And it's difficult sometimes when you got a goaltender like Paraki, but you got to crash that net. They don't care. It doesn't have to be pretty. Ugly goals count just as much. That is going to do it here, folks, for the intermission conversation. We'll be right back for the start of the third period. 0-0 game. Winner will go on to the Garden to play in the state championship.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
All right, welcome back, folks. Both teams about to hit the ice here for the third period in a scoreless Frozen Four, Final Four matchup of the MIA Division II. Winner of this game will go on to the Garden. A lot riding on the line. History for each town when it comes to their respective sports on the line. Folks, this is what we do for our fun, is we bring Westwood alumni on to talk about their state championships. And one thing is abundantly clear when we bring folks from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or even Kathy Delaney Smith from 1979 in that state championship, is they remember these for the rest of their life. And it is lifelong memories forged with lifelong friends that are part of some of the most amazing memories in school and town history. And the Wolverines looking to have their best period here in the third. They got a very good and talented Medfield team that has been tremendous on defense, stifling every opportunity the Wolverines have had, doing good jobs getting in front of pucks. And then when Piraki has had clean pucks come through, she has answered the bell on all of them, and so has Jen Lynn.
I can just feel the energy from each route, whether it's Westwood or Medfield. I can just feel it. It's
every time the puck,
amazing.
And that's what playoff hockey's about. Every time the puck is on someone's stick, you see the team, up on their feet. And then when it goes to the other team, you see the other team up on their feet. You literally hold on to every single possession. And kudos to these girls. Just an amazing game so far, and to take on all of this here on the Frozen Four, like what a matchup. Puck sent on net to Piraki. She turns it away. Presley comes away with the loose puck in the corner. She's trying to send it to the middle. At the whiffed on the pass. Ice still a little bit wet, which forced a errant pass. Medfield's going to send it into Westwood zone. Campbell runs to it to chase it down. Medfield comes away with it, sent on net. Lynn turns it aside, over to Presley. Presley gets it out, gets it into the neutral zone, and sent right back in. Sent on net, so no icing, but Lynn covers it, and then I think two Westwood players hit the ice and went into the net, knocked the net off, but looks like everyone's okay. It's good to see. We're going to get a face-off in Westwood territory. Westwood coming out with the Hicks line. Themistocles and I believe Carolyn on D. Shot by Medfield, saved by Lynn, loose puck, and that goes in. That's a goal for Medfield to break the 0-0 tie. And that's a goal by number 18 on Medfield, Ann Filippo. 18 from 5, so 5 on the assist. Jenna McDonald, the daughter of Stephen McDonald, Westwood High School grad, to put Medfield up 1-0 here in the first minute in the third period.
Big for Medfield there. They got the rebound. They managed to get Jen Lynn in a position where she just couldn't get it.
Kate Sullivan on the draw, wins it back to Levering. Levering able to work it in, but then knocked off her stick by Medfield. Puck sent into Westwood territory. Goes behind Jen Lynn. Campbell, she's got two Medfield players crashing in on her. Chips it up to Ash. Ash then chips it off to herself. Ends up in the middle of the ice. Then Sullivan has it with some space. Looking to shoot. Shot. Save. Rebound. And goes towards the side of the net. Off the backhand of Sullivan. Then goes behind the net. Good look for the Wolverines. They got a rebound out of it. Puck then sent back deep. Sullivan has it behind the net. She's looking in front. Oh, Ash just missed the net. Good look between Sullivan and Ash. The puck sent far side. Sullivan tries to center it, and that was deflected. Puck down low. Presley was looking for Sullivan. Levering was crashing down, and that puck gets by her, and it's going on net on Lynn. She turns it aside for Campbell.
Westwood's now playing with a newfound aggression. They've seen, 13 minutes here. The time is ticking, and they're playing with a little more aggression. Like to see it.
Yeah. They certainly have a sense of urgency. They know what's on the line here. They've worked so hard this season, and they know, hey, it is, you do it for the seniors. The seniors, it's their last cut at the apple. So a goal by Flippo, assisted by McDonald. Jenna McDonald on the assist. Puck won back by Medfield. Cox keeps it in. Sends it over to Marino. Marino trying to create some space, throws it on ice, and gloved by Piraki, and she gets the whistle. Westwood coming right back out with the Sullivan line. Puck off to the side. Both teams fighting for it. Centering attempt, but well positioned was Medfield. That was number 9 for Medfield. In a good spot there. Shot deflected by, or blocked by Westwood. Campbell got in front of that. Puck battle on the near side. Levering jumps on it. Puck still loose. Does a good job of keeping the A-frame where Westwood able to come away with it. Presley off to Sullivan. Sullivan with a drop pass to Presley. Presley was looking back for Sullivan. And Sullivan going to send it up top. Campbell sends it right back down low, but Medfield able to get a piece of that. And puck gets by Campbell. And that was on the other side of the red line. Yeah, we're going to get an ice on that. So an icing call on Medfield will bring this face-off back into Medfield territory. Westwood going to come out with the Hicks line. Who's going to get that next goal? The most important goal of the game is that next one. Goal for Westwood will tie it. Goal from Medfield will put them up 2 in the third period. Puck sent up off the boards. Connolly was able to keep it in, but Medfield jumps in front of that shot. Gannon curls and turns. She works it inside the blue line. Connolly jumped on that, and that puck ends up in the far corner. Kept in by Chevry, but Medfield able to kick it out. Loose puck in center ice. Hicks was able to knock that puck loose on the blue line and causes an offside. She was confused. I think she thought, was there a penalty call? There was an offside call because she did a good job of knocking it off the stick, which created the Medfield player to be offside. Sullivan line right back out there. We're going to have a redo here on the draw. Do they kick anyone out on the faceoff? We'll see. I think they're just going to redo it. Face-off sent to the near side. Medfield going to send it right into Westwood zone. Levering with a player crashing down. Goes to Campbell, her defensive partner. Campbell looking up on the far side of the ice. I think it's going to be an icing. It is. Face-off will come right back in Westwood zone. Medfield defense, so impressive. Westwood not really able to get their back check, or excuse me, their breakout going, which has turned into a lot of great offense. When they have a good breakout, they'll find a lot of odd man rushes, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. Medfield's been able to take it away by getting in the lanes. Levering sends it to Presley. Presley backhands it off the boards, just misconnecting with Sullivan. Puck is offside just at the Westwood offensive blue line to bring a face-off outside of the Medfield zone. 10 minutes, 48 seconds remaining here in the third. Medfield up 1-0 off a goal by Flippo. And Flippo, freshman, with the goal for Medfield.
Big goal for a freshman there.
Yeah, big time.
When the lights are the brightest, you see the...
Ash with the shot, just goes wide right. She had some miles an hour on that one. That was a great looking shot on the entry. Medfield has some numbers if they hurry. Sullivan forces the puck off the stick into the corner. Westwood got to win that battle. They do. They had an open Medfield player in front of the net. Ash makes a nice tip to herself. She's got her head up. Shot. Saved by Piraki. Rebound goes in the near side corner. Presley battling down low. Sends it up top to Connolly. Connolly just missed. Ash was trying to get a stick on that. It might have been a high stick if she did. Sullivan behind the net to Presley. Saved by Paraki. A great look for the Wolverines, and Paraki able to get in front of that save, and a huge save.
The Wolverines needed that. They need some momentum, some pressure on the goal, and that gives them a chance to get a fresh line out there, some fresh legs, give the Sullivan line some rest, and also maybe continue to work on the goalie. You can still, there's still plenty of time. This is still anyone's game.
Puck sent towards the net. That's blocked by Michaela McDonald. She's played a terrific game on defense. Hughes trying to force that towards the middle of the ice. Picked off by Marino, sends it just wide left. Cox trying to chip it ahead. Knocked loose by Medfield. And Medfield sends it out. Connolly trying to keep that in the zone, but gets by her. Great back check by Hughes. Hughes in a nice move. And then sent right in. Chevry was off the near side boards. Medfield able to get in front of that. Puck. And a good look there by Medfield. Just went over the stick.
Lucky
that puck
bounce
goes
for
into the
Westwood.
netting. That was a very lucky bounce.
Sullivan lineup coming back in.
Yep, Sullivan line coming right back out there. Campbell and Levering on defense. Keep an eye on Levering. This is probably, when she sees the opportunity to jump up, she'll take it. Sullivan on the draw. Going up against Jenna McDonald. Jenna McDonald had the assist on the Medfield goal. Goal by Flippo. McDonald able to keep it in. Levering chips it up to Presley, but knocked right back in by Medfield. Medfield with layered defense, even in the offensive zone. Pass off the boards, goes to Sullivan. Sullivan on the entry, makes the first one miss. Pass goes across the crease, no one there. Some good back checking by Medfield. Every time we've seen 3 players back. Player open, shot and a score. Medfield with another goal to go up 2-0. With 8 minutes remaining here in the third period. We'll see who the goal was by. Was it Brooke Riley? Brooke Riley with the goal. We mentioned her name a few times. That's a big goal by Brooke Riley. Puts Medfield up 2-0 with 8 minutes remaining here in the game.
You got to give Medfield credit there. That's just an excellent offensive play. They pass it right back to Brooke Riley, and she just has the good look on Lynn.
Medfield right back to work. They send it into Westwood's zone. Themistocles finds Gannon on a clean pass, but Medfield jumping right on it. Doing a good job anticipating. Offside called here as the puck went out and then right back in. Sullivan line coming right back out. Wolverines got to get the next one here. They're up against Medfield, and they're also up against the clock here. 7 minutes, 53 seconds remaining here in the third. Sullivan picks it up off of Ash after Ash hit the ice, knocked out by Medfield. The puck on the far side, knocked out by Medfield, ends up in the neutral zone. Levering comes away with it. Levering with a nice move, makes the first miss, then we're going to get a penalty called on Medfield. And Westwood going to see their first power play with 7 minutes, 26 remaining.
It was a great opportunity to get that really important goal, just bring it to a 1-goal difference.
Yep.
All playoff season, we've talked about capitalizing on opportunities. This is Westwood's must-need capitalizing opportunity here for them. If you can get a goal here and a quick goal on the power play, you bring this back within 1, and it's still anyone's game.
Yep. You got Sullivan up top, works that umbrella. You got Levering off to her left. Pass up to Sullivan. Sullivan with the shot gets blocked. Medfield's going to ice it. A clean win off the draw. Good shot, hard shot by Sullivan. Medfield with another block shot. Inside pass in the entry. Connolly Going to work it down low. He's looking for the middle. Has Presley there and knocked away by Medfield. Medfield doing a good job now taking away that center of the ice.
That's what they need to do if they want to get this penalty kill, you know.
Yep.
Send it down, kill off about 10 seconds every time. It's big for them.
Sullivan works it in. She's going to skate it around herself. Sends it far side to Ash. Ash sends it towards the net. No one there. Blocked outside and then chipped out by Medfield. A minute remaining on the power play. Ash, nice move. Working it inside. Looks to shoot. That's deflected off Medfield defender. There's got to be 20 deflections or blocked shots by Medfield on Westwood shots. Marino collects it up top. Shot wide left. It ends up on the stick of Ash. Ash trying to work it towards the net. Gets knocked off her stick. And Medfield able to get it out. They have numbers if they are able to advance it, but Westwood knocks it off the stick to then work their breakout on the power play. 26 seconds remaining on their power play. Only one shot, which went wide by Sullivan. Marino shoots it on net and gloved by Piraki, and that's going to get a whistle.
They have one more chance to get a really important goal. Only 13 seconds here.
Yep. Got to win the draw, throw it towards the net. At some point, you think about a timeout to be able to get, you know, your top line some rest. You got a 2-goal feat that you got to crack into. One back by Westwood, sent far side of Campbell. Campbell's shot goes high. Lewis has it down low. 2 seconds remaining. 1. Penalties expired. All even. Player right on the ice for Medfield. They're going to have some numbers going the other way. Flippo, the goal scorer for Medfield, with great battle by 2 Westwood defenders. Campbell, and I believe it's Campbell and Lewis battling on that play. Puck whacked into the Westwood defensive zone, near side boards. 5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Medfield up 2-0 on Westwood. The puck sent into the neutral zone. Wolverine's going to come out with the Sullivan line. Lewis is trying to get in front of that pass attempt, but Medfield able to get it through into Westwood D zone. Puck sent up to Ash. She chips it in. It's going to be an icing because she was on the other side of the red line when the pass went off her stick. It should bring the face-off all the way back into Westwood territory. For 4 minutes, 35 remaining here. And we're going to get a timeout. So, smart play. Talk through this, allow your players to get a quick breather here. And I'm sure Coach Hilberg's saying, hey, keep it simple, win the draw, let's get pucks to the net. This is now when you'll see the D crash a little bit more at the point. Make sure they keep that puck in the zone. And you gotta find a way to get that first one. You know, you can't get that second if you don't get the first one. So,
you know, Morgan, I'll go back to that first game early this season that we covered. You and I at Canton Ice House, Westwood Medfield. Medfield got 3 quick goals within a couple minutes on Westwood to bring it 5-4. They got their last goal to tie it late in the third. But my point with that is that goals can come at any time from anyone, and it's 2-0, and this is a tough task for Westwood. I don't think we've really seen a situation for Westwood like this season, but there's still time to do it. And if anyone should know this, it's Westwood. That Medfield did it to them earlier this season. They should know that they still have the chance to do it.
Westwood has scored a lot of goals in a short amount of time as well. So they have the ability to do it. It's just how do you execute it? Medfield doing a terrific job on defense. You got to make a couple moves to beat a couple players to really get that puck towards the net for a really good opportunity. Puck won back by Westwood. Levering. She's going to push the pace herself. She's got a couple Medfield players able to knock it off her stick. Sullivan's got it. Wolverines have some numbers. 3-2. Oh, and that was actually Ash on the entry. Sullivan is able to pick off the puck after deflected. Puck's ends up in the far side corner. Ash jumps on front of it. Shot on net, saved by Piraki. And we get a whistle for a face-off. This is where Medfield uses to their advantage. Westwood going to keep out their forwards. Medfield's going to put fresh legs out there because they have the advantage of the 2-goal lead. Sullivan pushes the face-off in front. Oh, a pass to Ash. Just missed on the attempt. Worked it back down low to Sullivan. Sends it in front. Knocked away by McDonald. Presley whacks that down low. Sullivan with the stick lift. Sends it up top. She's got Levering with the shot. Just wide left. Campbell going to crash, but has Ash helping on the near side. Sullivan jumping in to help out as well. Sullivan comes away with it, makes a nice move, throws it towards the net, gets deflected behind the net. Presley over to Sullivan. Sullivan towards the net, no one there. And Medfield chips it out. Levering going to chase after it. 3 minutes, 19 seconds remaining.
Morgan, I have to ask you this now. I've asked it a lot of times this hockey season, but at what point, if you're Westwood, do you pull Jen Lin?
I think somewhere around 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Shot from the outside, saved by Lynn. That was a long shift. The Sullivan line. We're going to bring out Marino line. So Marino, Hughes, Cox, Chevry on defense with Connolly. Marino going to take the face-off. Won by Medfield, but Westwood able to get a stick lift and sent right back deep by Medfield. Puck behind Westwood net. Battle ensuing. Chevry with Connolly. Chevry hands it off to Connolly. Connolly flips it over to Hughes. Medfield able to keep that in front of them. Centering attempt goes off the net, pushing it towards the net. Loose puck. And still in Westwood zone. Shot from the outside. Goes just wide. Bounces off the boards. Medfield keeping the possession. Able to, and it gets knocked out. And then sent right back in. With Westwood trying to move the puck out as the Sullivan line comes back out. Yeah, Evan, this is typically, if Westwood's able to get this puck down in Medfield zone, imagine you'll see the goaltender Jen Lin come off.
I was going to say, what Medfield had done a good job is keeping the puck in that zone. You can't pull the goalie in that situation. That's
Sullivan with the move. Works it in. Shot deflected wide. Works up top. Levering. That gets deflected. Campbell with the shot. Oh, hits the glove. Knocked wide. And kept in by Levering. Levering walking in. That shot is deflected.
Jen
Lin's still in net.
We had the same thought.
Keeps the possession, working it towards the net. Deflected wide. And Medfield comes away with it, but
Lynn is
kept
coming
it
off.
in. So Lynn is off the ice. Puck towards the net, and Paraki covers it up with 1:26.
Westwood has to win this draw now. Jen Lin is off the ice. She got off before the glove save, so I don't know if the rules there. I know we've seen some funny rules where you have to be on the ice to start, but
no, you
that's
good to
7.
go. So they're gonna have 6. Actually, yeah, have 1 too many. So now it's 6 on 5. You gotta have 2 people on the puck at all times. Get that thing towards the net. Get a screen. Get a rebound. Westwood comes away with the possession. Puck behind the net. Presley sends it off the boards. Gannon down low. Presley, Sullivan comes away with it. Sends it up top. Connolly walking in. Shot. Saved by Paraki and gets the cover. We're going to send Cox on the ice. Sullivan on the draw. One back by Medfield. Kept in. Oh, a loose puck. Sullivan just missed being able to get a stick on it. Sent towards the net. No one there. Centering attempt. No one there. Kept in by Themistocles. Medfield's able to work it out. 46 seconds and counting. Medfield able to knock the puck off the stick of Levering. Shot goes wide. Flippo is looking for her second goal of the game. Levering to Ash. 30 seconds remaining. Ash working it in, goes outside. Shot, saved by Paraki. And we get the whistle for the cover. And Paraki having the game of her life.
You got to give credit to Paraki. Excellent game today by her. And she, like we mentioned earlier, Quinto, Paraki, Lynn, the three best goalies in the TVL, and you got to give them the credit right now. What an excellent game by Medfield.
Puck iced by Medfield towards the net. Going to go wide left, and we're going to get a whistle. Face-off coming back. A face-off with 18 seconds remaining. Westwood still 6-on-5. Sullivan pushes it towards the net. Ash sends it towards the front of the net. Sullivan jumps on it. Back pass. Shot saved by Paraki. And that is cleared out. Oh, that was a great look. Paraki able to get the pad on that. And time has expired in Medfield with a huge win over the Wolverines, and they're going to go to the Garden.
And Morgan, that's the first time in that program's history that they are going to the TD Garden. They've had 3 Final Four appearances in the tournament, and this is the first time that they've won, and this is their first chance at a state championship. Congratulations to Medfield. What an excellent game they played.
And I'd be remiss, my goodness, shout out Westwood. What a season for the girls. You made countless people in town so proud of everything you did, and you have forever made Westwood a better program for years and years to come with the youth level and the kids that will come through the program. What an amazing senior season for Kate Sullivan and all the seniors in what they did this year. The senior captains, Ava Themistocles as well, Hayden Cox, just a remarkable season for them. And we're proud of you girls. You held great sportsmanship all year, and what a remarkable season.
Definitely not a season to be ashamed of, Morgan. I mean, this was one of the most fun teams that you and I have had a chance to cover. We've covered a lot of teams, and this has been one of the most exciting teams that I've gotten to cover. I'm sure I could say the same for you. And, it's a tough way to go out, but there's no reason to hang your head at the end of the day. You gave it everything you had. Like you said, you made the town proud. You made your school proud. I'm sure that you've made lifelong memories that you will take with you. And, excellent season. And this is a program that is going to be strong for years to come. And, we talk all the time. This is a young team, and it really is. There's only the 3 seniors, I believe, that you mentioned, the captains, Ava Themistocles, Hayden Cox, and Kate Sullivan, who we had the chance to interview. And, this is a young team. I think this is a great learning experience for them, and they couldn't be proud of them. And, to give Medfield their kudos, this was a tough team. We faced them 3 times now this year, and, there's no easy win. There's no easy win in the TVL.
Tough to beat a team twice. We saw that with USA Hockey in Canada,
Absolutely.
And the tie is, stalemate there. But, like you said, nothing but, feelings of being proud. And that's what Westwood should feel, is being proud of what they've done this year and what they've done for the program. And that's gonna do it here from the Loring Arena. Medfield 2-0 winners over the Wolverines. Evan Cardamino, Alex Dorsky, Morgan Donahue. Thank you all for tuning in, folks. We'll see you soon, and we'll see you in the spring season.